which is what Adminia would say if Adminia was
He
real.
he
Holy
he
shit.
would. He may or may not be part of the propaganda machine, and he may or may not be able to help you with that.
What is Fedminia's opinion on the Big Beautiful Bill? Right?
Oh my fucking... Okay.
After the 15th session of the Usapait campaign, I've hijacked the opening. We're going to Miami. Go ahead, Jason.
I don't think I've been to Miami before, but it's a lovely 98 degrees here. I'm sweating my balls off and wearing a white shirt, so this is not going to end well for anyone.
Bad planning.
I looked down at the temperature and realized what a mistake I've made and the hubris of my decision. But regardless, welcome everyone. I am joined here by 5 wonderful people. James has stepped away for tonight due to some family matters that he needs to attend to, but we are here to have a good time, hang out, and see what happens. That is a wild statement that the rest of us would not fit in the 50s. Although you should clarify which 50s are we going to. Because if this is like the 1750s, this would be kind of crazy. Actually, I do think James would do well in the 1750s. But I see you fucking up. No one's redeemed that shit in so long. But thank you everybody so much for popping into the stream. If this is your first time here, welcome, as these people bully me a little bit before we start. And if this is your second time or third time or 100th time here, it is a pleasure to have you regardless. If you're watching on Twitch, make sure to follow. If you're watching the restream on YouTube, make sure to subscribe. Both are free, and we'd love to have you stick around. To introduce these 5 wonderful people before we get into it, because they sidetracked me, I wonder why. We have joining us tonight Helminia playing Ophelia, a drow wizard. We have Suzanne playing which is a changeling monk. We have Cody joining us as Aelin, which is a Shadowkai fighter. We have Alpha joining us as Valden, a Eldarin warlock. And Jazz joining us as Yoi, who's playing as a satyr artificer. And I am here to speak more words than the rest of the group and take an unfair amount of screen time. Regardless of that, though, I hope you're all ready to just chill. Absolutely nothing bad is going to happen, and we'll have a little bit of a recap. Because it's been a little bit. Where we last left off, the group had been split into two separate major parties. There was the group that headed up to the surface of Alinar Orin, and then there was those who stayed down below in the Undercity. The two who went up, Yoi and Glairon, placed themselves back in the inn where soldiers were enjoying themselves and had some conversations, both at separate times, with a sergeant who had both survived whatever happened down in the central region of Usapait, and stated that he was being, I will say forcefully recruited, but recruited to help the northern government in certain investigations that he was not willing to let you pry too much more into. Yoi, having had this conversation first with the sergeant, left and was witness to an attack, an assassination attempt on the inquisitor that you all saw at the scene of your guys' crime last time, as he was investigating one of the entrances to the sewer and was blown up and shot through the head by an arcane crossbow. Yoi jumped into action and shot the would-be assassin in the back. As the assassin turned and started to descend upon her, the Inquisitor rose back up from his seeming death and smited the shit out of the assassin, cleaving him in half, and asking Yoi what a thing like her is doing in a place like this. She went on a very informative walk with him back to the tavern, challenging him to a drinking contest, which she was neck and neck with him until, through a quick-witted decision, convinced him to chug the entire bottle of heavy liquor, which, let's be honest, is going to get anyone fucked up, and then took him back to her room, where he believes they had a very wonderful fade to black moment, and she examined his clothes for any specific arcane enchantments or features that she may or may not be able to take advantage of. Glaren stayed outside, wondering why he's catching so much shit about being a cop from the party, while Yoi is sleeping with an Inquisitor. After retiring himself, we moved to the other half of the party, which was convinced by to go back down into the sewers to try and befriend the kobolds that they heard scurrying around and saw flashes of. They bought a half barrel of meats and made their way with the other three down into the sewers to find that the doors that the kobolds were walked through were barricaded hastily with a pile of ash heaped against the door and furniture. As they moved through, they discovered doors with a old, unrecognizable symbol scratched into it. As the party both moved to understand it and to pick it, they picked the lock successfully, as someone got a bad feeling about what was happening. They saw blood and scratches over the walls, and as they were examining him, Ophelia saw through it a little bit quicker than everyone else and watched as a horrifying bone and leather skinned being with a sharp Alien Isolation-esque tail lunge at The group battled fiercely, realizing that the creature wasn't necessarily trying to kill them, but trying to push past them and break out of the sewers. Taking advantage of that, the group beat the shit out of it and actually managed to bring it low before it killed the group, only managing to knock out and nearly kill and Aelin. With Valdin dealing the final blow, the creature exploded into pieces and turned to ash itself as the two figures contemplated what the hell just happened. And that is where we end off. And so, let's jump back in to episode 15 of Usapait, D&D 5th edition. Okay. We're going to start off with in someone's mind, I think is the best way to put it. Ophelia, you have been privy to plenty of odd musings. And this one starts off similar, almost like a tail end of where you were before. A looming blackened cloud of ash and bad energies, a bad feeling, a deep-seated dread, heading with an intent to circle the city of Alinar Orin. You recognized this from the last time it happened, of this consumption of a city, churning it from a recognizable skyline of buildings, market squares, and people into mounds of rubble and ash. However, rather than descending upon the city like you saw last time, and encompassing not just the city but your vision of it, you see a dot appear near the center of the city, black like obsidian and twisting, before a thin white crack of light appears and shatters, scattering what is now black dust outwards from the city's borders. And as it comes into contact with the large, looming cloud of ash, you feel a difference, change. As what happened in your previous vision does not repeat as it has before, but rather redirects. As you watch the cloud get pushed back southern, and as it moves, you get pushed back into this moving point of view as it skims along the side of forests, along trails. As it moves and eventually nestles down into the boundaries around another place. Not looming like you've seen it done to two places past, but waiting. Almost as if something rocked the momentum that this cloud carried. And like a storm returning out to sea to strengthen the speed of a hurricane, it's waiting for something to pick back up. Sweat drapes over your face as you kind of startle yourself back. You didn't realize that in the time that you and your ally of the moment decided that you needed to quickly take a break, a breather, a rest, you either accidentally blanked out your surroundings or nodded off for a moment. You're not sure how long this has happened, and you quickly look over to see if Valden is noticed, and he's still looking outwards, back towards the door that he had previously identified the symbol of, almost in quiet wonder. The two of you are still about your senses. You're not sure how long it's been since you fought that creature in the sewers. You both still feel the kind of sated and staunched flow of blood that was possibly opened up by any cuts along your body. You can still hear the even breathing of your two allies knocked out cold. What is your next move underneath the city of Alinar Orin?
Prefer not to sit this close near to where that station was because I don't know that it blew up. I don't have that information, do I?
Not directly. I mean, you know that it fell, but you're not necessarily privy that it turned to ash, because I believe at that moment you were underneath one of the other's bodies.
Okay, so I didn't. I still don't really want to be here. I'd like to get to a safer room. So I think we should make our way for our resting point to be that starting room that we started in. And I will share this with Valve.
So does that mean we're moving the people now, or no? The two companions.
It will be rather tricky, all things considered. I don't suppose you would know anything of the healing variety.
Because they're both stable, aren't they? They're just
Both of them were stabilized by you guys. It basically, what had happened is you finished off the creature. Ophelia was stabilizing one of them. You went over and stabilized the other, and both of you kind of just sat, either just laid on the ground or sat, slid against the wall, and took a breath. So that's where we're at.
And I guess me making a medicine check probably wouldn't do anything.
I mean, you confirm that they're stable, but without magic or some further medical assistance, you're not going to bring them to consciousness.
I don't think I got nothing like that.
And say, could I have both of you make a perception check?
Ooh-wee. Sure. I'll do anything.
I'm Mr. Meeseeks, look at me.
That's proprietary. We can't say that.
Is it transformative enough?
Well, I didn't see anything, so it doesn't matter.
Sounds good.
I might know something. Does a 13 get me anywhere?
A 13?
My passive is 14, if that matters.
Gotcha. As you say the last statement that you said, maybe we should look over, see what they have. You do hear this almost like soft, like tingling sound, coming like a reverberation of a rock or a crystal across the stone by And as you look closer, you see an earring that has kind of I'm not sure if was wearing said earring or just had it on their person, but either way it got dislodged from their body when they were knocked to the ground and is now vibrating softly on the stone floor.
I'll mage hand it to myself.
It is quickly and succinctly picked up and brought over to you. As you kind of hold it, you do feel like this is something that, if you focus on it, some sort of activation will happen. I'm not... if I remember correctly, Yoi did not give out details of the earring to anyone, but it's not hard to activate.
I feel like I would come across something like this in my day-to-day.
You can make an Arcana check.
24.
Yeah, although this is a little bit more unique than you're generally used to, sending stones get used quite frequently throughout the the southern houses. Yeah, just because it simplifies communication between less gifted and but this looks like it has been formed into a bit of respectable jewelry, and as a result of that, you still know how to activate it without any issue. And it seems that this one has a message waiting.
As my ears are in tatters, as almost all my earrings have been ripped out, I have no choice but to just drape it across the top of my ear and activate it.
All right. Yoy, if you'd like to relay the message. Let's see if...
The message I sent to was have Inquisitor in room. Talk about it later.
Am I able to respond?
Yeah. I mean, it's a... Yeah. Yeah. Like a can phone.
Bleeding out in sewers. Found fiend on the west side. Talk about it later, I suppose?
Alright, okay, I guess, after trying to kick the Inquisitor out, I'm sure for like an hour, like a, hey buddy, you gotta go. Hey, I got stuff to take care of.
He might be there for the night. You had him drink a lot.
Mm-hmm. The main...
So this would be the night before, this would be the morning? If it's the morning,
it's not
okay.
The morning. This is about... So you sent this message after you had brought the Inquisitor to your room.
Yeah, like right before I walked in.
Yeah. It has been about like an hour 20 minutes since then that you received this message. So whatever immediately has happened has already happened with the Inquisitor. He is currently, let's say for this moment, asleep. And you, still wearing your earring, received this message, not from but from Ophelia.
Shit. Okay. Yoi's gonna sneak out and make her way, since she got some healing spells she could do.
Please make a stealth check for me.
Oh, come on. He gotta be knocked out, right?
He has extensive penalties, but there's nothing in that one can't solve.
That's true. Okay. I'm doing this online, so it's gonna take me a second. I don't remember what my plus is. Step. Okay, that is going to be a 19.
19. Quietly and quickly, you slip out of your room at the inn, making your way over to the sewer. As you make your way through the dark streets of Alinar Orin, there is not too much happening at the moment.
I'm not being like followed or anything though, am I?
Make a perception check.
Okay. Perception. Ooh, a level 19. Please, sir, please tell me if I'm being followed.
The streets are mostly barren, with only a couple people crossing your path as you make your way over to the entrance of the sewer. As you pay special heed to people following you at this time of night, and just in general, you feel very confident that you were not followed to the entrance of the sewer.
Okay, good stuff. In that case, I will go down the sewer and try to find them.
All right.
I can do my Healy bits.
Is there any special way that you're going to try to find them?
I'm just gonna walk around because they said that there was a fiend. I don't know if it's dead. So we're just gonna sneak around trying to find him then.
Make an investigation check for me.
Not so good. That's a 15.
15 is the DC. As you are moving through this, you're looking for any difference from the last time you were down in the sewer. And the chief difference from last time is the scrapes in the stone coming from the metal rim of a barrel that lead over to another section down to the western side. The same side that had followed the not the Inquisitor when Glaerod was picked up by the troops. And as you follow that path, you step through a mound of kind of ash and decaying fungus and mold. Move through a group of move through the I don't want to say the quarry barrel, but the barrel that was what led you over on this path, with a bunch of meat that has been kind of coated in spores and ash that has kind of popped out from that trap, and through where, if you want to make a quick perception check for me, you get to make plenty of rolls.
Okay. You said perception?
Perception.
Okay, 16.
16. You can hear almost kind of like just the, like, not stationary sound, but like the idle sounds of people up ahead. And as you step into the kind of correct long hallway where and Valden had moved before, and look both left and right, you can see the kind of a couple forms, two of them scattered on the ground, and the other two kind of propping themselves up against the walls of the sewer, as Yoi didn't state anything about hiding herself, so Val and Ophelia, both of you spot Yoi kind of pulling herself into the sewer hall and clocking both of you and the allies on the ground.
You all look half
No,
eaten.
go ahead.
No, go ahead. No.
You. Oh, yeah,
Okay. You all look half eaten.
I mean, at this point, we are.
Are they stable at least?
I'm gonna poke a few times.
The best
I
we
think
could
so.
do with what rags we had. They're breathing.
Honk shoe, am I right?
Everything but dead, I suppose.
With that, Yoi is going to cast Cure Wounds on both of them. Just to level 1, though.
DM, does my passive perception pick up on the smell of liquor?
No.
Should.
That's not your question to answer.
My
I think it
alcoholic
should.
trait is coming into handy now. My alcoholism.
My
Yes,
alcoholism.
Didn't they
alcohol.
take your nose in the war? You can't smell.
It's not your question to answer.
That's not one of the missing pieces of Ophelia, Yoi. Respectfully.
Typical factory nerds. No more smelling capabilities.
Respectfully.
Well, let Yoy tell the story. She wish I'd lost everything at this point.
Damn.
As Yoi, because, the touch, capability is the range of Cure Wounds, and Ophelia was quite literally half buried under, I believe it was Aelin. So as Yoi kind of leans over, I mean, you asked. I'll leave it up to chance, Ophelia. Give me a perception.
My passive doesn't get it, so I'll roll. Sure. Ooh, 13?
13. I'm just gonna have it be set as a randomized DC.
Sure.
So it can be anything as low. It could be as low as a 7 or as high as a 25. Let's find out.
Okay.
It was a 9. So you have, in fact,
Damn.
it's random. That's how we roll. Dice be random like that. As she kind of leans over Aylin's body and kind of breathes out to kind of steady yourself, you do catch a honeyed mix of liquor on her breath.
Oh. You smell like liquor. And from your talk of an inquisitor, shame, too.
Shame. I didn't know such thing.
Is he in your room?
That's what she said.
Does that matter?
I don't really know what's going on, but if there was a man in your room, come on now.
Maybe the northern fae folk are a lot more accommodating.
Sorry. Some of my baby's gonna ruin this roll for real quick, but we're getting through it. Anyways.
What baby? That's the shame wizard.
Oh no!
She knows.
It's the ambient sound of the sewer reverberating.
You've been fraternizing with cops.
All I have to say is, if it were really that shameful, I wouldn't be here to heal the rest of you.
We were doing perfectly fine and alive and well, you know? I said bleeding out, I didn't say dead. And with that, Ophelia coughs because she's a Leon, 1 HP, and was impaled a little bit. So she's hamming it up for fun. She's got nothing better to do.
Hold on, because I think I have the capabilities. No, I don't. But I do have a healing potion. So I'll roll that too. Or not roll, but...
Just wake one of them up and we'll take the other one. Deal with it later.
Who will I wake up? We're going to wake up... well, I guess we're right here, so Aelin. With Cure Wounds, and then...
Okay.
Healing potion to, which I'd imagine, can't administer themselves, so... Yoi will pour it in their mouth.
All right. So, it is a D8 plus your spell casting modifier for Aelin, and then it would be 2d4 plus 2 for
Okay.
I would
What was it, Matt?
like
One more time.
to note for Yoi that is not the tiefling that you saw before. Is a dragonborn right now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, then that changes fucking everything.
I still don't know who the fuck that is.
Oh yeah, who's this?
Who is this?
Okay, alright. So, as I'm rolling this really 10 points to Aelin, by the way. As
Sick.
Yoi is healing Aelin, where is
I don't know. I'm gonna quickly turn around to Ophelia. See, I don't know. You must know. Because you don't seem to be freaking out about it.
Was spirited away by the whims of the fiends. And this is what's left.
So who is this then? Yoi's going to pinch one of the Dragonborn's fingers and lift it and drop it to see like the arm hit the ground.
That's adjacent.
Adjacent. Alright. And it was 2d4 plus 2. Okay.
Plus 2, yes.
7 points.
I do want to tell you before she wakes up, you cannot ask about it at all. It's a restriction of the fiendish curse. You cannot ask her about it. You can't even reference it.
All
There'll
right.
be drastic, arcane consequences.
Please make a deception check.
Yeah, can I make a fucking
Insight.
Is there something combating that I can do for that?
Insight.
There's a question I have to ask. Was I out long enough to take a short rest?
Yes, both you and Valden are allowed to have taken short rests.
I am allowed to gain back 1 spell slot. This is important.
Second question.
I'm also gonna reroll 2 of my hit dice.
I'm also going to. I'm gonna reroll my hit dice.
Mhm.
But is there a way that Ophelia can get advantage on this deception?
I rolled
Because-
double ones.
Hold on. No.
Because no, you got to hear me out. This is all story purposes.
Uh-huh.
Because I was already fed this lie,
Uh-huh.
and I was convinced. And so either if Yoi tries to look at me for confirmation, it's just a look of acceptance
Which she
on my face of
absolutely
just like
will not, because she doesn't.
of just
I
like
mean-
oh yeah, like damn, forgot about that. Like that, yeah, that's what's happening.
Also, Val did say something a moment ago of like, I don't know who this is, or like, yes, I'm glad you're seeing this too, with such conviction.
Yeah, thank you. See,
that is
I'm getting,
true.
I'm getting the
But at
alley
the
oop right now.
same time, when Yoi met Val, it was very like, do I know this person? Do I know? No, nobody. I'm pretty sure. No, it's okay. It's okay, little lad. Oh my god. Yeah, you tell him. You tell him.
I think this has got to be a DM decision now. So, Mr. DM, what's it gonna be?
I think, unless if you want to actively confirm Ophelia would not get advantage, that means, is Valden actively affirming, or is he taking a passive role in this?
I don't think Val would actually like go out of his way to be like to say anything. He would just kind of, but he's also not going out of his way to not like to combat what Ophelia is saying.
Mm-hmm.
He's just kind of there.
Yeah, that is not a help action. So Ophelia's rolling a standard deception. Yoi is rolling a standard insight. Action is the word of the day here.
Okay.
Hold
What-
on. I'm making my roll.
Okay.
No. Okay, hold on.
The deception upsets the child.
Okay.
Ophelia?
I want
I got a
hers first. What did you get?
I got a 16.
Okay, you need to roll again because you're getting silvery barb.
What? God damn. Okay, give me a second. Hopefully. Yeah. See.
This has upset the child.
You've
You
upset.
have upset the child.
The child is upset.
All right. So silvery barbs. Is there anything special, or is it just a reroll?
It's just
You have to reroll and
disadvantage,
take the lower
basically.
roll.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But if it's better than my last roll,
It stays at a 16.
You just takes the 16.
okay. Well, I got an 18 on this one.
So 16?
Okay, I got an 11. Ophelia's lying.
Mm-hmm.
Yoi's just gonna. Oh, okay. Sounds like a plan then.
I don't know if you can interpret which part she's lying about. As far as it being. Because which question did you ask? Did you ask if it's the fiendish curse that's the lie? Or that you can't ask about it? Two different lies happened. Which one did you try to clock?
We'll just go with the fiendish curse part.
Okay, that's a lie. The second part, though, take that as it will. You're not allowed to ask about it. There will be
Don't ask
severe
about it.
arcane consequences.
Alright, severe arcane consequences, got it. And that is how many fucking points? I think it was 7.
Yeah. 7 points.
As Aelin, you're brought to consciousness as you see Yoi in the sewer bringing a bottle of crimson liquid over and administering it to the dragonborn form of
I'll
Allegedly on.
just touch my wounds and did we win? Oh, you're here too.
Where did the thing go? Did you get it?
Somehow.
He sure did.
Oh,
I'm
this
gonna
was
give-
a terrible surprise.
And
I'm
who
gonna-
invited you? Looking at Yoi.
Damn.
Yo,
Whoa.
knock her back out.
Don't
Take
know
away
what
those
this
good ones.
hostility's about.
Your previous form's trinket was making a sound.
I'm here on business to make sure that none of you die.
Don't tell anyone what you've seen here today. I'm going to change back into the tiefling.
Don't worry, I was already warned.
I'm gonna ask who was in on the bit? I guess was it both Ophelia and I guess yeah, I'm gonna ask Ophelia.
It's everyone but Yoi right now.
Does he know that that's not a different person? And I'll say it like as quietly as I can, but not not like.
All right. Roll me something.
Yeah, speaking of which,
I need
Val,
something.
you just watched the Dragonborn turn back into the Tiefling.
I'm gonna just start looking between just everybody. I'm just gonna start trying to like, what am I missing? Like, what's going? Like, just try and clock if I can get anything from
Val,
anybody else, and just
You
feel
can't turn
crazy.
into something else?
Gaslight him! Gaslight him!
You can.
Go on then.
It's a secret.
No, okay, do it then. Do it then. Because now is back, but wasn't here before. So no. So you do it, but you don't be different. You be the same, but change. I don't think you can do it. Can't do it. I'm just showed back up. I don't know how. I'm gonna like turn back around to Ophelia. Do you know how I did that? I don't know how I did that. Back around to everybody else.
I believe
Hell,
the
guys.
demonic curse consumed the energy from the fiend in its passing and triggered once more. Is my educated guess.
Oh, I've heard about that once. A man in a tavern told me that can happen with the
Can't
Fae.
wait to pick up disguise self to absolutely gaslight.
You guys know too much about this. There's no way that
Look,
all of you know, and then just suddenly shows back up, and everybody just knows.
Valden, when you've been around as long as we have, you hear a lot of stories. You hear a lot of, it's odd, I know, but there's a lot of strange things. I mean, look at yourself. Look at what you remember, what you know. Who
Call
knows?
it strange. I'm not the one who's lying dead on the floor. If anybody's strange here, it's you.
Oh, surely not.
I think it's rather strange that you aren't considering everything. I mean, you were rather aggressive with the beast, yet it seemed to want nothing to do with you. I
I
find
was
that
kicking its
rather strange.
ass. I was killing it. They were scared of me.
And don't most scared beasts bite their attackers? That's
Would
rather
I
strange.
know that? Why would I know that?
Are you saying
think
that
it's
you killed
strange
something
you
that
don't.
tried running away?
Maybe. But you know what? We killed it, so it doesn't matter.
That's all right.
Our mission was to ensure that the sewers were safe at the end of the day.
That is not what I set out to do here tonight, but I suppose
Yeah,
that
it
is
was-
what we did.
It was an awful surprise. Moving forward, do not, and I'll look around, do not follow into the sewers with a barrel of meat. We've all learned our lesson here today.
You shouldn't have been down here anyways.
You shouldn't have been knocking boots with
Come on.
inquisitors.
You were
Knocking
what?
boots.
Yep.
Hold on.
See, it was her and the Inquisitor in the room together. Yep. Now that
What are
you
you
two are
talking
awake, you get to know it. Yep.
With the candlestick, too, I heard.
I bet.
So does that mean you want to know absolutely nothing about anything that I might have found out?
Well, we might as well hear the story now.
You know what?
Can we
You know what?
not do that here?
Oh, I suppose it is a little.
And Ophelia's
Right.
gonna cough up a little bit more blood. And she is also pretty naked at this point.
Yeah.
Like, undergarments naked, but like, it's distasteful.
Can't do much about that.
Yeah, we probably had to get you out of here.
What the hell is
What am I
that?
hearing?
Hello? Hello? That's so funny. Yo, do we need to go in and get you premium or something? What is that about? 2 or 3 balloons. Anyway.
So
Yeah.
with your guys' schizophrenic episode finished, please continue.
This ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new to me, Chief.
Let's go. Did you have a surprise? Did you have actually something for us to see, or should we just? I'd like to go back upstairs.
I just wanted to see the kobold, but I guess they've all been eaten. So we can go.
Oh, okay. Can we go get a drink at the pit or something, and hear the story about whatever Yoi was doing with potentially the
Inquisitor
enemy?
and the candlestick?
I think I want to know about Yoi's secret dealings with the Inquisitor in her realm. Sorry, guys, but
Yeah,
You
what
don't
was-
want to hear about how he didn't get my tail. really interesting.
Perhaps we talk about this over a cool fight in the pit.
Perhaps we talk about this when I have more clothing on.
Well, we'll get to that too.
Look, hold on. And Yoi will reach in her pack and pull out the same clothing that she offered you the first day.
I could probably get away with just the shirt, right?
Probably.
I mean, it'd just be.
Yeah, I mean, you don't
Yeah.
have legs. You'll be okay.
I'm gonna throw just the shirt on over what I have on.
Mhm.
It's covering what I got, but I gotta get new clothes. This cloak,
Do
this whole
you-
outfit's trashed.
Mhm.
I can make you something if you want.
Can we talk about that in a place not covered in
Yes.
shit and blood?
Let's please go. I'm surprised you guys didn't come across anything else. I have so much to tell you. Let's go.
I'm slinking into my bag, man. I hate it down here.
Yeah, I'll throw Ophelia over my shoulder.
All right. With the Ophelia bag slung over the shoulder, the five of you are making your way out of the sewer and back to the Chainbringer pits, correct? Where the bar and the fighting pit are.
If that's the consensus, I don't want to dictate where the party goes, but that's where my vote is.
Then let's go there.
Easy enough. In a quick bit of time, you guys have made your way out of the sewers over to an entry point. Stepped in with nary an issue with people actually knowing how to get in to the underground now. And we pick back up with you all. If you wanted to be seated next, basically standing next to the pit, or if you wanted to be seated at one of the tables across from where the pit was. Either way, it does seem that some sort of row is currently going on, and you can hear the scrap going on down below in the pit. Those of you that wish to kind of look over the edge, you can see a half-orc with wrappings around his hands going all the way up to binding near his near the end of his forearms that is moving quite swiftly around this massive hulking half-giant as it's a little bit of a like wasp fighting a bear thing, where the half-orc is landing so many punches, but every single slow, burly move that all of a sudden ramps up with incredible force, you know, if they do land on the half-orc, would knock his lights out immediately. As you watch as the orc ducks underneath and it slams into one of the crates that are in the pit, and the crate shatters into pieces as he nimbly kind of dives and ducks underneath the Goliath's punches. But each of you are able to grab an ale as you wish and are now residing out of the sewer.
JC, is there an official place a bet, or do I just gotta go talk to the crowd?
There would be a bookie, basically,
Okay.
of basically a fairly standard looking with studded leather armor looking wood elf. His hair kind of concealed behind this kind of knitted cap that he has, as he doesn't really care about looking good right now, more of looking efficient, since it's like the equivalent of 3 a.m. And you could go over, and they don't do odds, at least right now. It would just be putting gold down on the quick or the brute, as their nicknames are for this fight. and either losing your gold that you bet or doubling it.
Cool. I will. I'll approach the man and I'll say, my good man, I'd like to put 5 more gold on the quick, please.
5 gold on the quick. He kind of takes off this small, small wrapped leather like scroll case, unbinds it, pulls a small bit of parchment out, and writes, basically scrawls out the bet for you, and you hand over 5 gold to him in exchange for the slip of paper. All right.
And I'll rejoin the gang, I guess, and go get some brewskis.
Easy enough. So, as Aelin rejoins the group of you, those of you that wish to have gotten ale from the bar are able to do so, sitting at a long table. Besides a couple people that you'd assume would be the really diehards about watching people fight, prove themselves, there's only a couple people here for drinking, as the 5 of you are, and in the underground, people pay you no mind unless if they are being paid to pay you mind. And so your thoughts are your own, as who starts the discussion at the table.
I can't stay long because I have an image to uphold, quote, quote. But...
Wait, is this guy still in your room?
Yes.
What?
Oh, how crass.
This is gonna be great.
I told you.
Yes.
Look, I'll start from the beginning. I wanted to check the
Please.
streets with the sewers. I went for a walk, and the Inquisitor happened to be at one of the sewer entrances, going back and forth with what looked like a ton of magic elements to cast either one large spell or multiple small ones.
What kind of components?
Jacob, what do I remember seeing?
It's
been 2 weeks, man.
You're fine. There's a lot of basically nothing too recognizable. A lot of, especially via distance, there were a lot of powdered things. Ophelia, at the mention of that, make an Arcana check.
I don't think I know very much. That's a... Oh, well, I might know more than I think. 12?
Powders can be used for a large variety of spells.
I'd have to know, like, a color of a powder.
Mm-hmm. And the bad thing is, like, with powders, they're extremely difficult to identify at range, which Yoi is stating to you, Ophelia, that she was. Unfortunately, you just know that she's describing crates of materials, which means there was a lot of almost technically contraband or military grade stuff in the city.
Crates of military grade arcane powder. And this was near where?
They were hauling it into the sewers. Anyways, so to just finish up my whole evening, there was a extremely large explosion, and then an assassin tried to kill the Inquisitor, and I stepped in, almost got killed myself. I saw the Inquisitor die. He got shot in the head, and next thing I know, he's pulling me up off the ground from near death. So, I invited him back, got him extremely intoxicated, and tried to find out as much as possible as I could. That man is disgusting. Let me just start off with that. He really does believe he's a champion, or, well, a vessel of his god of some kind. And very cocky, just doesn't... He's not right in the head. And I ended up getting a closer look at his armor as well. And it looks like it has some sort of healing ability. I don't know if it can raise you from death, but...
At the mention of he was shot in the head and came back to life, I'm gonna take a firm look at Yoi, and I'm gonna roll another Arcana check to see if she's been afflicted with something that has tampered with her memory, because that does not make sense.
Please go for it.
So Ophelia makes strong eye contact with you for a couple of seconds.
This is a very like
I won't
cop
look away.
cop leaning over the interrogation table, like, are you sure you saw
I
what you
don't know.
saw?
I'm not sure if a 10 would tell me anything. That's pretty run of the mill.
Yoi seems very, very committed towards the words that she spoke to you. No hint of doubt in her voice. Arcane-wise, you know of nothing that could shoot someone in the head, they fall over dead, and then are back up. There's some disconnect when Yoi... There's something that must have happened in between... Because Yoi did say that she was nearly killed herself, and then before she knew it, he was saving her. And so maybe there's a detail that got missed in her recollection. Something doesn't add up.
But I rolled the Arcana to see if she was afflicted with something that had altered her memories. I wasn't able to...
You're looking for any sort of haze or over... You're very familiar with suggestions getting used on less than willing people in your area of expertise. There does not seem to be any cloud of judgment over her eyes either. The amber eyes of this individual look back at you with clarity.
While this is happening, can I take a... I still want to be in and around the group, but can I like slither back a little bit and take out my book?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess ask the question of, do you know anything about this? Most, with the Inquisitor specifically, because Val thought the same thing of, yeah, that's not real.
Make your choice of a religion or arcana check as you write this in your book.
Does it matter? Is there a different outcome? But
choose whichever feels right.
Role? Okay.
Which do you rely on?
We can do religion.
Okay.
I fear I may also not get a response. 13.
13. As you scroll this out, you kind of scratch this into the side of your book. Kind of look up as this is during when Ophelia is looking very closely at Yoi's eyes, and she's returning the long gaze. And then as you look down, the words have been replaced with more observation is required on your part.
That's it? That's all I get?
That's all you get.
Okay.
Jacob,
Mm-hmm.
can you remind me what Yoi saw in the haze of her dying? There was like things going on, but she kept blacking out.
Yes. Basically, to detail the interaction again, is you watched some sort of blast of fire consume the Inquisitor and the people working underneath him. As you looked basically around, no movement happened within the fire as the assassin kind of got closer and almost tried to confirm it because the blaze was so high he couldn't see anything. Then some shifting movement within the fire as the Inquisitor walked out looking perfectly fine with only his cloak ablaze, throwing it to the side. He then basically moved to draw his sword when a arcanely charged bolt went through the Inquisitor's eye socket and out the back of his head, immediately killing him. He dropped to the ground, and as he was doing so, you had a feeling, an odd feeling, that something was happening awry, and you made a move, maybe for image, maybe for to third party the assassin, shot the assassin in the back with magic. Yeah. The assassin turned towards you, believing he had confirmed the kill, and let loose into you with a flurry of lesser charge shots, but it was still from an incredibly powerful weapon, and downed you. In that down state, you kind of looked, and you could still see the blaze highlighting the silhouette of the assassin, which you recognized was the assassin that one of the 4 assassins Adler was talking to down below. As he kind of moved to confirm the kill on you, as assassins don't leave people bleeding out, you then saw the figure, a larger silhouette, appear behind him and cleave him in half. Afterwards, you faded in and out as the silhouette got closer to you, and then he brought you back to consciousness fully. When he was brought back to consciousness fully, or when you were brought back to consciousness, there was no sign that a bolt had ever pierced his eye.
All right. Yoy will reiterate what she saw with as much detail as possible back to the party once more.
Mm-hmm.
I know what I saw.
Wait, so when you mentioned some kind of, like, he thinks he's a champion, right? And he's got some weird. Can you elaborate on that? And I guess just for context, I'm gonna break character. I'm gonna lock, like, I'll be Giancarlo Esposito style. Ha 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 ha. What? Kind of like lock the fuck in moment when you mention the whole champion and vessel for the goddess type of thing. Can you explain roughly in detail? I mean, do you really think he's like superpowers?
Look, all I can say is I think that guy believes he came straight from the right testicle of his god.
But he, if you think he was shot in the head and he comes back.
I tried. The words he said was that he was Jacob. What was it that he said? It wasn't vessel. It was something else. I'm blanking the word, man.
I'm trying to remember the specific word.
Someone that acts out the god's will. Not a vessel, but like a more technical term, I think is what he used.
Like that he is the.
It didn't say
What is that
ambassador
word?
either.
He
No,
didn't say
it was
weapon.
Like he was the blank of the
Executor or
god.
something?
Like the embodiment of it, or
An
Kind of.
apostle?
Apostle.
Apostle's a great
Apostle's a fucking fantastic word.
I
But
said something like that.
yeah,
Very cool.
he did.
Yeah, something like that.
We'll have the sources.
It will. Well, we can go back and check, and I can find it for
the
you.
incarnation of his god. Like, he really believed that. And he said that, and I tried to get him to elaborate, and he wouldn't. Saying that as Yoi without the accent. But
I mean, did he mention his god? Like namesake?
oh god, what the fuck? Isn't it Helm?
Torm.
Torm.
Damn, I'd like to make some rolls.
Please make everyone at the table can make a religion check.
Yeah, please.
I've got some other rolls to make too, but a religion check.
Oh, that
Make
you
it.
could put somewhere.
Can I write mine
was-
down?
Well,
What do you mean, write yours
That's not
down?
going too far.
Like in my book.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Mine is just a 12.
while everyone's making that religion check, Yoi will say that she knows for a fact that Torm doesn't deal with any sort of healing, so him coming back the way that he did doesn't make sense for his god.
I got a 16 for you.
Oh, that's
16.
better.
Torm is a people wouldn't like to call him a lesser god, but he is as Azuth was a god derived of Mistra being the goddess of magic and Azuth being the god of wizards, as Helm is the god of protection and watchfulness, Torm is the god of loyalty and self-sacrifice. He is known as one of the warring gods. People trained underneath him train for protection and battle, and overall concern themselves with the care of other people and putting your own life on the line rather than the life of those around you. Your book, Val, specifically does call him a lesser god, a lapdog of Helm, and willing to take in.
Like derogatory.
It feels derogatory.
Okay. I'm trying to catch the vibe. Okay.
It feels derogatory. Basically, Torm not being one of the major pantheon of like. Some people who are more scathing of the gods call them the original gods. Torm being brought on, elevated to godhood, along with Azuth and a couple others of those of more specific varieties. Rather than being a god of war overall, or the concept of watching over and protection, the more succinct and specific things of loyalty and self-sacrifice.
Okay.
Characteristic with gods of the lesser pantheon.
Mm-hmm.
I have a me question.
Please.
I am not familiar with a god that would heal wounds that go beyond the mortal plane, but I'm very familiar with a god that divinely transfigures champions, so to speak. Would I know anything about what has happened here? Because with no other way to gauge it without seeing it, his body was changed. What would you like me to roll to kind of interpret what has happened?
Oh boy, what a roll.
This is a very specialized interest.
Incredibly specialized.
And you know what's the craziest part? I've probably watched it happen a couple of times.
I feel like we're on the same page. I am so scared that we're just barely passing each other. I'm so scared that I'm like, yeah, you've got this, and then we'll confer afterwards, and you're like, fuck, we're like ships in the night past each other.
Do you want to hear what I think happened?
Please, let's make sure that I'm not steering you wrong.
I do not believe he was healed in the traditional sense. I believe he was reshaped and remade, much in a system similar to what happens to Striders.
I would like you to make a Arcana check on this.
Oh, I so desperately want some form of advantage in any capacity, but no one here knows what the fuck I'm talking about.
No. The fact that you know this is insane of itself. The opportunity for a roll on this is incountable. That's not the right word. Incalculable. So give me that roll.
What am I rolling?
Arcana.
I have advantage in Arcana. Does that help?
It's not gonna help me because you have no concept of what I know in my mind right now. This is like, I mean, I'm happy with my roll.
Please.
Ophelia's not really saying it out loud.
Please give it to me.
What does a 19 give me?
With a 19, as you've kind of used your staring into Yoi's eyes as both a test of hers and a thought to yourself, now with Aelin asking these questions, you kind of lean back and ponder. General magics, when even of the healing variety, when something is destroyed, as Yoi is specifically describing, with his eye being butchered by a bolt, shot clean through and disappearing, and then being remarked without a scratch, that confers a shifting or repurposing of flesh on a different level than standard healing. This is... There are two possibilities. Either this man is, unfortunately, as much game as he is talk, or this is the shadiest, shiftiest thing that you've ever heard of happening to a so-called virtuous being. And you've seen a lot and heard even more of shady, nefarious, malicious things happening. But it does not sit right in your head. I can't state that it is a direct one-to-one similarity of what happens with Striders. I can say general magic, that someone, even of a talented variety, saying that the Inquisitor would have healing magic if he did, would not be able to do that. This is something deeper.
He was not healed. I know that for a fact. Regeneration takes time. Healing to have no marks and scratches takes time. He was reconfigured. In any quote-unquote positively aligned deity does not do that. Because that is tantamount to just sheer necromancy, so to speak, right?
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't healing. That was necromancy. Okay. This motherfucker's a revenant. Nah, I'm joking. It's probably something worse.
He pulls out a baguette.
These French, I've heard tale of them, but please.
All right, I think I've busted my lore dump open enough for right now. I'm gonna take my notes in my little thing, and then you guys can continue the scene. But Ophelia is gonna scramble back into the bag and then pull out a gold piece, pound this ale you brought her, and say she wants something stronger before going back into the bag to collect her thoughts for a bit. And I'll jot this down in my notebook.
Absolutely.
Not like the other notebook. My notebook.
My notebook.
I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy
Mine's
to get up and take Ophelia over to the bar as well.
Yeah.
I guess like yeah.
I would prefer you didn't move me. I don't want to get shaken while I'm writing.
Oh, okay, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, okay. I'll let me know when you're done, and we'll walk over there and get you something stronger.
As you guys are walking off, Yoi's gonna stand. I think I've been here too long. I need to make my way back, considering he's still in my room, and I think it would be safe for him to wake up if I'm there.
Okay, hang on though. I'm inclined to agree. What's your plan? I mean, is this to get him in your pocket and have someone on their side bridge the gap? Where is this going?
I just want to know more. Didn't you think it's kind of strange that he doesn't have a partner here and they come in twos?
I don't know anything about him, but I suppose if that's the truth, then it is kind of bizarre. Are we sure there isn't a partner? Are we
No, but
certain?
certain I haven't seen them.
I suppose, he seems to have taken a liking to you, so just don't get yourself in too much trouble, because we can't heal you, so...
I'll find out as much as I can, but I also am going to try and keep you as safe as possible. So I'll probably cloak up when I'm with you guys moving forward, just to...
Yeah, that's wise. That is wise to do. Please do, don't push too hard, but learn more about it, the breastplate and this, if you can learn or observe his ties to this Torm. I would love to know more about the enemy, of course, for general purposes.
I'll also be back tomorrow with a tape measure. I'll make Ophelia something nice, so don't worry about spending your gold on any sort of clothing, please.
You truly don't have to do that, but I'm sure she would appreciate it.
And with that, Yoi's gonna wave off to and Val as well, and then start heading back unless anybody interrupts her.
Bye.
Bye.
As Yoi stands up and leaves you all to go back and man her post at the inn, the four of you are left with Ophelia eventually going to get a stronger brandy with Aelin.
Gold piece get me.
I mean,
Yeah, what would a gold
it gets you plenty actually. I think you'd be.
I want Drow County beverages.
To be fair,
Mud?
mud. That's not.
Fermented mud.
That's a little far.
You say this out loud.
No. No. I look like you, guys. I can't punch across.
I can't punch across. I don't know.
Push up here, okay?
We punch up, not down. Up.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. Let's find out if there's any. Oh, that's too expensive.
How expensive?
3 gold pieces.
For genuine imported Drow County booze?
Yes. I'm checking to see if that is a... Okay, yeah, that's 3 gold pieces for 1 drink. Since this is on the higher level of it, this is a slightly magical one. It's the same as the Yoi.
I want it.
Okay.
Are you just real quick question? Are you like back in the backpack now? I walk up to the bar. Do I turn around and you order, or are you ordering through me?
I mean, these people know what I look like. So I
Right.
think this is one of the places I could come out of the bag and probably, like, sit down. But I am probably out of the bag leaning over you talking to this guy.
Yeah.
Specifically saying things like, I want stuff, and then
Such,
listing off beverages, like beverage names in a language you don't understand.
Of course,
And
yeah.
he probably doesn't either.
Right. Okay.
Just checking the labels. That's it. Tick, 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 tick. As Malt Manus Swill, which translates dead man's drink. The very it pours, and as it hits any bit of light, it basically pops into this kind of sparkle of purple liquid as it hits the glass, and then as it kind of settles, it goes into like this deep obsidian black. But if you jostle it at all, it almost like cracks open into white and purple swills. There's a drink.
Dead man's drink, let's go.
Dead man's drink. As you it is very much a sipping drink that kind of pushes a feeling of warmth that starts in your throat, moves up to your head, and then almost cascades down the rest of your body. Although this is a standard drink in the southern region of Usapait, generally why most people import it, due to its name that it has kind of gotten, is actually to be had at funerals. And so it's not unknown for people in the north or central region to have it, and that's why it happened to be here. But it is more of just a standard, closer to like a whiskey for dark elves. Upon drinking it, and I will, just because it's more fun, I'll let you have it for not this long rest, but the next long rest. Up until then, you'll have it.
Okay.
You will gain advantage on rolls against being frightened, and roll me a d12.
1.
1, you'll gain 1 temporary hit point.
All right, I'll put that in. I'll write that in my little notes
Yeah.
when we transfer or when we go to bed. It is. You said they only drink it for funerals up here?
Up here, they drink it for funerals. In your region, they drink it like a standard drinking brandy. Yeah.
Oh, I do want the others to try it. Remember that silver ring I picked up?
Mm-hmm.
Or that silver ring that we got when that I had to beg for because I was tantamount beating that guy's ass.
Yeah.
Can I trade it with the barkeep for 3 more cups?
Whoa.
I would say, because you've already bought 1 drink, make a persuasion check with advantage.
14.
14. Nice. We're not against bartering. Sure. And you kind of slide this over as he kind of looks it over. Solid. 3 more cups come out, and the purple liquid pours over, settling into the obsidian black for the rest of the group. Aelin, you are able to take both Ophelia and the extra drinks back to the table as they are kind of set. The obsidian cracks open. You can see the purple kind of flowing through before the drink totally settles.
I would like to peek into the pit and see how the guys are doing before we get too close back.
Yeah, I will let you roll. I'm gonna let you roll for it. So I will need you to grab a D12 and a I believe it's a D8. So what you get to do is, because this is a barbarian versus a monk, you will roll each dice, and the higher number wins, but because of the monk being faster, the monk can either have the barbarian dice roll at disadvantage or roll his dice at advantage.
Okay.
So which would you like to roll twice, basically?
I think I want to roll the quicker one at advantage, right?
Okay. So
Makes sense. Yeah.
roll the D12 and let me know what you got.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to make sure I get the right one. Okay, yeah. All right.
It's been so long since you could roll a D12, right?
I know. I almost never roll them. Yeah, I'm so excited. Okay. Oh, that is bad. 4.
4. Okay. So now you get to roll the D8 with advantage, so you can either roll 2 D8s or 1 D8 twice, and you're just trying to beat a 4.
All right. I just have to beat a 4? Oh, yeah, okay, I got there. 7 and 6.
Okay.
So 7.
With that, you kind of peer over the pit just as you watch as the barbaric Goliath take his hands and slam them into the sides of the half-orc's jaw as he kind of stutters for a second, like dazed, and you're like, shit, the orc's about to lose. I'm about to lose my money.
Yeah.
And as the you see the confidence kind of surge in the Goliath as he steps forward, you see in a quick second that it's a feint by the monk to appear dazed, and he grabs onto the back of the Goliath's neck, places his left foot against the shin of the Goliath, and drives his knee, bringing his hands pulling the neck of the Goliath to bring the head down onto the knee with this ringing crack that kind of reverberates throughout the pit as the Goliath falls over unconscious. And you're able
am I carrying a bottle, or am I carrying individual drinks?
They're individual glasses.
Shit. Okay. So with stacked glasses, then I will do my best to balance them and not spill them all over the place. But I will
I mean, it's only 3. I can take one too.
Oh, you're in the bag. No, I got it. I got him. Hell, I can do the thing.
Do the thing.
I'm like, yeah, like shouting into the pit at him. Very excited.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll like get back to the table and set the glasses down.
Yep, you're able to add your winnings to your inventory. You get your 5 gold pieces back and 5 more.
I should have done more. That's okay.
That's always what happens when you gamble. I should have
do?
bet more.
Next time. Oh, that's huge.
Come join our session, every D&D folks, where my players learn the wonderful world of gambling addiction.
Just gamble. Yeah, it's gambling with plot.
Gamble addiction. But each of you set in front of you now is a black obsidian liquid that, as Aelin sets it, kind of cracks into purple shimmers of light in the black liquid. So, where do we go from here?
Well, I guess we'll start sipping this, but I'm gonna ask the gang what do you guys make of this this champion of Torm that our friend here is seems to be making a little too friendly with?
If she tries to add him to the group, I'm not gonna let her. That's all I gotta say. He doesn't sound
Brawl.
super awesome to be around. No disrespect.
No damn fate. Jesus. All right.
I think we're on the
Ophelia's
same page there.
collected her thoughts in her book enough, and she is going to come out and tell you. I can tell you with certainty that he was not healed.
Go on.
Positively aligned deities don't do that. Healing takes time, it takes effort, it leaves scarring when done quickly and messily. Regeneration takes time. He was not healed, he was remade.
And so you think that perhaps either it Torm or I guess maybe there's some pact with a different type of deity that has ill intentions or is taking advantage, or I mean, what would that mean for someone so highly regarded as an inquisitor in this place? I mean, surely there's plenty of corruption as you get further up the chain, but a man in that role, a man in that position, doesn't seem to be, I would think, would be the type.
JC,
Please. Give me specifics on what you're trying to know. Any specific parts of what he was talking about? Oh, I see where this is going.
I'm not quite knowledgeable about them, it's not something that I would know, you know?
Your character is allowed to make assumptions. I'm not here to stop you.
I am spitballing here.
That is a spitball.
And Ophelia is just speaking out loud to herself. It's like, well, I don't know the exact nature of it. I haven't seen him. I don't know. I suppose there are other less than holy ways to remake one's flesh. Dealings with a fiend or fae, perhaps.
So you think this champion has some sort of, I guess, inner secret, some type of darker dealing that maybe not all that they say they are on the surface?
I think a champion who was not healed, but reshaped and reformed, is in no way as holy as one as him is pretending to be. I'm not sure if you're aware, but most individuals reshaped, it's typically a form of punishment.
Punishment, you say?
Haven't you heard of errant deities turning non-believers into voles and mice and spiders?
I suppose I have heard legend of it.
That's all I can say. I'm not sure what else I could get. I've never seen the man myself.
Well, I think that's a very good hypothesis. I mean, what do you and Val are sitting with us, right? Like they're all here. Yeah. Okay. What do you two think of this situation that our satyr friend has found herself in?
I mean, we probably shouldn't deal with him any more than we have to.
Wise.
I mean,
I'm not too thrilled about powerful being potentially acting under such a facade, let's say, but I agree, we're definitely not in a position, we don't have a strong hand, I guess some would say, from where we are right now.
no, at this point, it's only going to cause us problems to keep having run-ins with this guy. I suppose it's fine if we can keep it up top and it's just Yoy, but as soon as it comes to the rest of us, it can cause big problems for us.
Mm-hmm. I suppose that is could be the truth. Maybe we see where this goes, this relationship that those two form, and yeah, and see what she can make of it. I suppose worst case scenario, she gets him in a state like she has him now, and maybe we well, we'll cross that bridge, I suppose, when we journey to it.
I didn't expect our lambkin to be quite the seductress.
She seems to have a certain way of words.
Though I'm not quite surprised some men like fur.
I will have to agree with that. That does seem quite surprising for a man of his stature, nonetheless.
I mean, if we could get him in that state again, he'd be a much easier target to deal with, but
disorient and perhaps
it's not going to be that easy.
That is rather true. Well, yeah, let's let Yoi look around and at the very least get to know him, and perhaps we can find some other weakness or some other strategy to find a route to the core, if you will. Val, you're awfully quiet. What have you seen anything of this anything like this before? I suppose if you could remember it, that is.
What's that supposed to mean?
I think you know what it means. What did you do for your 15th birthday?
I don't know. What'd you do for yours, huh?
I trained vigorously with my friends, and then we went to the tavern.
Oh.
It was a phenomenal birthday. Don't worry, my friend.
You got him.
I got up and stepped away. What did I miss?
We just unlocked Val.
Val is baby again. Yeah, Val is baby again.
Did Val not like the booze?
He ratioed Val.
Yeah.
Oh
did.
yeah, let's all take a sip of our brewskis. Let's take a sip of our whiskey here.
Drow County booze.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's normal for me. What's it like for them?
It's the same feeling, but of people not kind of used to it. It does fill you with a kind of almost surprising, almost like release. And as Ophelia even kind of offhandedly explains, that generally people up here use it for mourning, for funerals. You could see the heat that starts in your throat moves up to your head and then pushes through the rest of your body, trickling downwards, could relieve the, even for a moment, the tension in one's chest, or the strife in one's mind for a bit. And you definitely see how this would be popular for grieving individuals. Each of you can roll a d12 for me.
Cool.
While they're sipping, I am gonna pull my other notebook out and put it on the table, the one with the symbol,
Mm-hmm.
like stamped into it, and to the best of my ability, I'm going to attempt to sketch out the creature that we encountered as anatomically correct as I can possibly manage.
Got you.
I have one hand.
Yes.
I was gonna say, is there any way I can help with that?
Yeah.
You see Ophelia begin
Right.
to attempt. What would you like to do?
I mean, just because obviously I scrawled down that rune in my book
Mm-hmm.
well enough.
Well enough to surprise you.
Right. And so, I mean, obviously I was there, but taking whatever notes that Ophelia wants to give me,
I think if we take our time while they have their drinks, Ophelia could measure out like the basic, like the circles and lines of its shape, and Val could fill in like the finer
Yeah.
details, and she could draw like little like pointers with things that say like the tail did this, and it attacked like this, and it spit fire, and what color it was, as we kind of make a little bestiary entry in this stray notebook that I have.
Easy enough to do. I will have, since the two of you are working in line, we can do a... One of you will make either an intelligence check or a dexterity check. Either of you can make it, but it is with advantage.
best I got is a +2 in Dex.
I got a +3 in intelligence.
Well, then all you, buddy.
You know what would make this a lot more fun?
What would that be?
You know what? I'm gonna roll it the way JC wrote it up, and then I'll tell my idea after I get my outcome, and then we'll decide if it'll be funnier next time.
Uh-huh.
I'm rolling with my advantage, my intelligence.
I thought you were just gonna make a guidance joke or something. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah, I kind of did, like I was waiting for something to happen.
Fuck.
8.
Should have made the joke.
Well, it wasn't a joke. I was gonna say, do you want to do this like dancing, where we have to get as close as possible, as it's a joint effort to make art? You with your dexterity, me with my intelligence, and the closer we get, the better it is.
Oh, that would have been fun. Yeah.
You haven't told me if it's failed yet. It's not too late.
It's not too late.
It is.
So does that mean I have to roll my
technically
dex now?
it's JC's discretion.
I'd say
I don't care.
I'm
It is
willing.
what it
I'm
is.
willing if that is proposed beforehand next time. But we have done the roll. I have already set the DC and everything. We're gonna ride out with this. It is.
I did want to take my time to get this nice. I'm not rushing. We're vibing.
No, it's a thing where any of you guys that have seen it understand what's going on. This is probably not something that would be accepted by a researcher, though, of like, yes, this is correct, this is understandable, this is a worthy, like, scientific addition. But for the four of you, it does make sense. It is coherent.
I'm gonna put crude devil drawing
Absolutely.
in my book.
That is
Like,
the perfect description.
Can I? What kind of devil would I call this, so to speak, based upon looking at its visage?
I
What
mean,
comes to mind?
you're just trying to get me to say a word. I know you are.
Just a word. So when I pull up, I don't want to pull up crude devil image later. Like I want like crude blank devil. Whatever word we're gonna use to describe it amongst ourselves.
Sewer devil, probably, since you found it in the sewer.
Crude sewer devil.
Hopefully you're not gonna find a second sewer devil.
Well, you know, we'll loop back on that when it becomes relevant.
I love the big thing of Yoi being like, don't go back into the sewers. You shouldn't have been here in the first place. We're at the table now, and we'll think about going back and look for more creatures of evil.
We're looking for creatures of evil. Yoi's fucking drinking with creatures of evil. I don't want to hear shit.
It's for the greater good of the party.
Greater good, my ass. That man's made of fucking goat's blood and sin. I don't want to hear it. You want to know why he doesn't have a partner? That motherfucker ate him.
Uh-oh. Wouldn't be surprised.
Look, we'll find out whether it be unconscious autopsy or having to drink with him again alone.
Again?
Art.
Jesus.
You want to do it? It's your turn. Time to pick up the fucking slack, buddy.
Trust me, I'll pick up the slack like you ain't never seen it before. Okay, that's all I gotta say.
Funny you say that because I just typed something back in the back channels.
We're gonna ignore that for the moment because I know that they're gonna go look that up now.
Should I?
No.
Not during session. No.
Not during session. It's gonna cause problems.
While they're making their drawing,
Uh-huh.
I would like to ask, Aelin, I think you guys mentioned looking for another employer. Did you guys ever make any progress on that?
Oh,
Amelia mutters hordes, and that's it.
Nothing of note, but we've definitely tread into another domain.
Horse.
Yes.
Harlots even.
I'm sorry. I'm clicking through my notes to remember what the goddamn. Is it just it's not the mistress.
In the lather house.
Yes, it is in the lather house. No, I'm too far back.
The mistress is the boss of that.
Oh yeah. Okay. We did a little bit of wandering into the mistress's domain and chatted with well, as Ophelia calls them, yes, the whores at one of the bathhouses, and just to see, what it's like, what she may have to offer. It's not a bad land by any means, but I don't think it's quite worth jumping ship out of the Changebringer's domain or anything like that quite yet. If we do grow tired of Adler and his games, maybe we can shop around, be good customers.
Okay.
But we weren't given any directives or shown any promising leads by any means quite yet.
Okay. You guys have any of you guys seen like a job board around here?
Dungeon Master, have we seen a job board around here?
No. The only reason you guys have gotten a job is because Glaren went and directly demanded semantics, requested a job. You're not even sure how the majority of people here have gotten one, get their jobs. It wasn't explained to you, and the only mark for a process that you see is you're pretty sure not everyone just walks up to Adler and says, "We need a job."
Yeah. I definitely think from the conversations that we had at the Lather House, it may be worth looking into. You know, if the people that we spoke with seem to like the opportunity, so it may not be worth, or maybe worth, you know, at least asking some more questions and seeing if we can find a job. But yeah, we didn't see anything out and about necessarily.
We'll go again tomorrow then.
Has anyone seen Becky around?
No, now that you mention it, I suppose I haven't been looking for her, more focused on whatever surprises you had in the sewer or this mission lately. Is she here? Can I look around to see if she's just like hanging out somewhere in the pit? Not in the pit, but in the
Yeah,
area
she's
around
in the pit currently.
She's in the pit.
Killing no.
She's fighting a Goliath by herself.
Yes. This you are able to look around. There's not too many people here. You can't say that you're necessarily surprised with it being the 3:30 in the morning now, but she is not present.
I suppose she's off doing something. We probably should head to bunker down for the night, though, considering.
Probably.
All right.
Maybe in the morning we'll look around.
Yeah, maybe we'll ask some more questions. Possibly talk to some of the workers here, or as Ophelia said, maybe we'll head back to the Leather House and can show you guys the ropes over there if you want.
All right. Unless if there's anything one of the four of you want to state, you guys are able to go back to your underground inns and find rest. Let me know if there's any last minute things that you each would like to do. For the three that were not Ophelia, because I already knew what Ophelia rolls, I saw that Aelin rolled an 11. What did the other two of you roll for your temp HP? Is that a 7? 7 and 6? Okay. For each of you, I'm going to offer the same grace that I did for Ophelia. This will, instead of being wiped at the long rest you guys are about to take, will be wiped at your next long rest.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Before Ophelia and I part ways for the night, I would like to bring up concerns that I have about the situation. Well, how much did Ophelia share about what was found out about the Inquisitor not being, like, healed, but instead it being like a different person, I guess?
Well, they brought forth that they don't believe it's healed. They're quite sure that it's not healed. Rather, the word they used was reconfigured, and posited that although they are unsure about what specifically could do that, they would assume it is not a god that is known for stereotypically being good aligned.
Nothing holy happened.
Nothing holy happened in that exchange.
So I'd like to pull Ophelia aside, and probably in a private-ish place.
I mean, Aelin and I go back to our inn, and we have separate rooms. If you're just loitering around, where are you spending the night? Have you spent the night anywhere? Where have you slept?
I thought Val had a room topside.
No, Val has a room downside now, but I forget what
Yeah.
the place is.
He does. He has
Yeah,
he has
it's
a
got
room at the
hidden
same
traits.
spot that does, but he's able to basically follow Aelin and Ophelia to the other place that they've been. See that Aelin deposits Ophelia in one room and then goes to the other room. A couple minutes pass and you can go and knock on the door.
Sounds good to me. Does Ophelia answer?
The door opens. She hasn't locked it yet, so the mage hand can open it.
Oh, okay. I have kind of a crazy idea that I want to bring to you.
At this time of night, who are you, York?
What?
What is your crazy idea?
How sure are we that this Inquisitor is actually an Inquisitor at all?
I can't say for certain. I've never seen him. I'm not exactly. I mean, I probably know of the Inquisitors,
Mm-hmm. You don't know any
probably-
like by name.
any by name, but I'm probably. We probably call it something different down south.
It just all seems to add up kind of strange. I mean, it was mentioned before that they travel in groups, I think, or duos, and I don't know if there's been mention of a second one that we've seen, and now odd reconstruction or something or other. Like, it's all just seems weird to me. It just doesn't seem to add up.
Are you saying something in crazy like this Inquisitor sacrificed their partners to some otherworldly entity to extend their life in an unholy fashion? Because that would be crazy.
I think it's off the table. Or that this person is beyond the means of just an Inquisitor and is merely using that as an identity and a gateway to do more with no repercussions. Nobody's going to question an Inquisitor because that seems to be I don't know if it's a role of respect, but it's a role of power and influence, and if you're on the wrong side of that, then it's a really big issue.
I couldn't really tell you unless I laid eyes on him. That's all secondhand accounts. You could have any manner of magical dealings about him, but if I can't see him, I can't know them.
Do you think that he's just an Inquisitor?
I think the entire North is rotten to its very core. I don't think it really matters what he is. Inquisitor, Fiend, or anything in between. They're all scorched under the sun to me.
I just feel like with him seemingly being integrated against my wishes to an extent, these are the questions that need to be asked. out of fear that he would do it to us as well, or that we don't fully understand what we're getting ourselves into, whether or not we get useful information out of it or not.
I must say, you seem rather collected and articulate at this moment. And I'm gonna look at him, and I'm gonna Arcana check him the same way I did Yoy. Is there some magical affliction that's ebbing and flowing at this moment?
Go for it.
Is this lucidity an act?
You can make a contesting check unless the wind is especially breezy in this room, and I all of a sudden feel prompted to maybe potentially make a contesting check.
You wanna contest my Arcana check?
How windy is this room?
As we are underground with no windows, I'd hazard to say not very windy at all.
I'm pretty sure worms feel a draft, right?
But stranger things have happened, I suppose.
They're making this check on you, basically, Val. You recognize that this is the gaze of someone who is recognizing that you are not following a pattern that they're used to. It is up to you whether you want to try and revert, or if you're fine with them just getting a good look at you.
So you're checking to see if everything I've been doing is an act, basically? Is that...
I'm seeing if you have been magically compelled and do not know. Are you under the influence of suggestion, a memory manipulation, perhaps charmed, maybe even possessed? To put your own question upon you, are you who you say you are? And the Arcana check is a 13.
Okay.
Because you've gone from I don't know and to abyssal protection, and I think the Inquisitor, who is entrenched in your situation that has nothing to do with me, and up until about, let's say, an hour and a half ago, wasn't really my problem, to I don't think he's who he says he is. I think something is going on. I'm worried. I'm concerned. And you also, did not stand down at all when you attacked that sewer devil. So, Ophelia is going with what she knows in an arcane manner. Has your mind been afflicted? Other people may look for a disease. I'm looking for something else.
Would this Arcana check yield anything?
Are you trying to obscure or hide anything, or are you just going to let it go? You're just going to let it pass over you?
Just let it be. I'll let it do what it does, if anything.
You search this individual's eyes and mannerisms for arcane influence. The haze that you are trained to look for, just like how it was not present on Yoy, you see a frightening amount of clarity in Valden's eyes. You see a surety in his movements and no rigidness that comes with arcane puppeteering. For better or worse, of your quick up and down inspection of him, he comes back clean. And you're not sure how you feel about that.
If we're not ending right now, I'm going to ask Valden a very important question.
Please?
You got 10 minutes?
the world explodes in those next 10 minutes. I would say that I do.
She encouraged you to sit, like, in front of the bed where she's just kind of propped, like, on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And if you comply with a gentle hand to the back of your head, the identify spell is beginning to be cast here.
You're casting Identify on me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. You are strange in many ways, and a cursory glance does not assuage who I am.
Val is also able to,
understand.
with just a glance, know that is the identify spell being cast.
Glarin was shifty, but it had intent. You are shifty in a way that has no intent. And I'm perfectly fine getting nothing back, but I'd be a fool not to check. Seeing is believing, but checking is too. And it is fully of your volition to stop this in that 10 minutes. And it's also outside of your volition to stop that too.
It is your choice.
You are strange in an interesting way. I don't know what's wrong with you. So I'm starting with what I know magically, and then we'll go to medically. You are afflicted.
I don't think I want to sit here and let Ophelia do that.
Okay.
I can't stop you.
You kind of shift out from underneath her hands, and you watch as the thin wisps of weave dissipate, the spell failing.
I'm going to stand up and kind of defensively. Listen, I came here to give you my ideas, not to be poked and prodded.
Okay. I'm not keeping you here. Tell you what. You go lay eyes on him and let me know what you see. And then we can brainstorm about this a bit more together.
Very well. Have a
If
good
I
night,
could get a
Ophelia.
look at that armor, I could figure something out too.
That seems to be something probably for Yoy more than me, seeing as she's already looked at it, at least supposedly.
All right. I'll keep my poking and my prodding to myself this evening, then.
And Val will give a nod and leave, closing the door behind him.
All right.
And hopefully, finding where my bed is.
Easy enough.
You
in a
immediately
building.
explode.
Oh.
you find yourself. Where would a crazy place for Valden to be? Probably Sears. Like a
That should
fully
be horrible.
functional, like 80s, 90s Sears.
Sears catalog. Valden, you open the door to your small bit of room. In it, there is a small bed large enough for you to sleep well enough on. A bit of a stool for basically putting on one's boots. A wardrobe, about stomach height, not anything glorious, as this is a cheaper spot. And next to that stomach high wardrobe, a looming shadow watching as you kind of enter in. It's a recognizable presence, one that you've interacted with before. Just simply watching as you enter. Turn your back to it and close and lock the door. You feel no fear from this. Simply, they've decided to be here a little bit more in person.
I don't remember. Do they have, like... I mean, I'm assuming they have a lower half of their body, but is it just kind of like a robe of sorts that just drapes into the shadows and just
It's very...
exist in a way?
Yeah, it's very Wraith / Grim Reaper-esque, like classical
Okay.
Grim Reaper, of like
Okay.
mostly just a cloaked figure, but whenever a light strikes them, you can see flashes of the kind of bone running through their hand, as they're just silently in the corner of the room.
I'm gonna like slowly start to put my stuff down, kind of half waiting for like an opening, like just, I mean, anything really, just to kind of have them make the first move and see if there's anything there.
Mm-hmm. Silently, this ordeal goes through of you slowly taking your gear, placing it to the side, straightening it, waiting, and you feel of almost like a cold bead of sweat kind of go down your back. Not, again, anything through fear, but more of someone anticipating something. As just when you think nothing will be said, and they're just here to visually remind you of something, interesting little creature in the sewer, no?
I mean, unexpected at the least, but I would say interesting enough.
I must agree. Although you and I both seem to think the more interesting creature is above surface level.
It just doesn't line up to me. There's something about it that just
No,
dots don't connect.
it does not line up, does it? Do you think the fawn will be able to extract any useful information without compromising the rest of us? Do you have that faith in her charm?
Wholeheartedly believe that she will be able to extract information. I don't have any issues or doubts about that, but
At what price?
with initial skepticism leads to what, if anything, in connection is real. The information we could get is either the boasted ego or just a complete lie.
You almost can see the robes as though the head within nods in agreement with you. Any words that dribble from those inquisitorial lips are bound to be poison-soaked honey. And with it, I would urge the utmost of distrust and caution. The problematic people standing in the city have mostly been manageable. What we hear of that man does not fill me with excitement, and as such should not invoke any excitement from you. If they become too concerned with this individual, understand more likely than not, he will lead them to ruin, most likely of his own creation. You have faith in yourself and what you're able to accomplish. The question you should be asking yourself is, how much faith then do you have in the ones walking alongside you, whether through the muck of the sewers or above ground fraternizing with the dogs of the north? How much until their will crumbles? Regardless, if the rest of them are struck down by their hubris, I'll make sure to it that you remain standing. And with that, you think about that statement of you remaining standing, kind of your eyes flash away from that corner for a moment, and you see a fold of almost like extra sheets that were along the cupboard or the wardrobe that had fallen over and draped along the side, as that is what the shadowed figure has become. And they've disappeared from your sight.
They disappeared into paper?
Maybe.
Holy shit.
Val's just talking to a pile of clothes in the corner of the room.
That would be a great way to phase out. It's like you blink for a moment and that like your cloak hanging on the rack is simply just a cloak once more.
But from a different perspective, it's Val just like talking to a cloak over the bedside.
That's so effective.
Yeah.
Basically, if anyone broke in,
The cleric.
if someone broke into the room, they just see Val talking to bed sheets.
Yeah.
Quite literally.
That'd be so funny.
Can I like go over to where it was and just like double check that everything is what it's supposed to be or everything is what it was? Like
50
I'm not-
saving throws.
I'm not like missing ancient 10,000-year-old text that is just like, go ahead, by the way.
Oh, you are.
No.
As the words of Harry Styles, you know it's not the same as it was.
There you go.
My
There you
lord.
go. That's it. You got it.
I want you to get a pasta recipe like etched into the floor one
just
day.
figured
That's really cool.
my grandmama.
Whoa!
Pasta
Ragu!
was God.
My grandmama's pasta sauce. It's the secret
Just like
sauce.
Hagar was here, carved on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Graffiti.
Should get one from Persona 5. Steal the Inquisitor's heart.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little,
You
it's a little heart carved into a tree.
you
G
move
plus
and
V.
you move over and kick, kind of nudge the cloth, and you see it just kind of slip and fall away, and you look for anything extra hidden in it, but the figure seems to have simply made their exit tonight and nothing else. An interesting night has befallen each and every one of you. But some of you physically exhausted, all of you in one way or another mentally exhausted. Find rest, and the morning marches closer until it surpasses and drives away the night. Each of you regain your long rest and all of the things that come from it. And with that, we will jump into the morning to find what happens next time. Thank you.
Hey kids, because something very fun happens for me tonight.
Ooh.
Saddle up.
Oh, fuck. God damn it. Thank you everybody so much for watching. My name is JC or Jacob, and I have been your dungeon master for tonight. For 5 lovely people, Jazz, Cody, Alpha, Suzanne, and Helminia, each playing their lovely characters in this odd world. Some things get to happen in the next morning. I didn't expect that we'd have such an involved night. You guys almost roleplay the exact hours. This was almost a 1-to-1 roleplay session, which is kind of crazy, and I'm not gonna lie. But you guys did a brilliant job, and I think...
We not anymore.
Not anymore.
God, I hope I remember that.
Everyone
but no. Valen gets to actually gain his level up because of the long rest now. But there is one... You guys are close to a level up. Fear not, but it is not with you guys returning from the sewers. That was not quite it. You guys are... I will let you know you are very close, though.
Nice. No, I almost died for this, though.
You did almost die for it. I will say, just because I specifically adored the different levels of conversation that they had with several different people tonight, and bringing in their outer knowledge to the world, I am going to give Ophelia a little bit of inspiration tonight for some wonderful and nuanced conversations happening with Aelin, Yoy, Valon, pretty much everyone in the group at different times. Some beautiful talking. But we'll see what happens in the morning when we come back for the next session of Usapait. But until then, if this is your first time at the stream, welcome. Happy to have you. If this is your 100th time, good to be here. If you're not following, make sure to follow on Twitch. If you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe on YouTube. We will roll dice regardless. We just love to know that you're enjoying it as well. And until next time, have a great night. Bye, everyone.